This is Layla. Thank you for joining. Today I want to do a meditation with you on shifting or pivoting perspective. Stay with me here because so often we get stuck. And I call that the not got star, which means there are like 5 unhelpful thoughts that just keep us stuck. Number 1, what you got and didn't deserve, right? 2, what you deserved but didn't get. 3, what never was. 4, what is not now. And 5, what may never be. None of those things, those ways of looking at our lives are helpful. And they're not easy to get rid of. Some of us, they just come naturally, right? So I want you to take a couple deep breaths and just go on this short 8-minute journey with me. We're going to pivot our perspective. Inhale. And just be where you are right now. In your body. Not worried about the next hour or tomorrow. But right here with me. And all you have to do is listen. And if you fade away or fade out of my voice, that's okay too. So I want you to imagine, with your eyes closed, if that's comfortable to you, that you're in a sunlit, sun-bathed garden. I'm here on the bench with you. And together, we're just going to breathe. Inhaling the sunlight and the dirt and the fresh air. Exhaling anything in your way of being right here. Letting go of resistance. Letting go of any intrusive thoughts. And instead, focus on the lift and the release in your breath. Inhaling. Exhaling. And again. And out. And in your mind's eye, I want you to get in touch with all your senses. Feel the way sunlight warms your skin. And hear my voice kind of dancing on the summer breeze. Maybe you hear the leaves blowing in the wind, or a bubbling stream in this garden, or a fountain. Just getting anchored into the present moment. And I want you to imagine or bring to mind a specific situation that's been stealing your peace. Take your time and don't be surprised by whatever shows up. Breathe into it. I just want you to come to an awareness of its presence. Whether you knew it exactly what it was going to be when I asked, or you got surprised. Maybe you're having trouble coming up with anything. Try harder. And breathe. Something that takes away your peace. And I want you to set an intention. Together, you and I are going to slowly slowly shift your perspective on whatever this issue is. Breathing. And hear my words when I say, I have the power to change my perspective. You can repeat it if you want or just listen. I have the power to change my perspective. I'm open to new insights, new ways of being and seeing this situation. And let that sink in, feel it. Even if your body reacts or some small part of you wants to fight, experiment with letting it happen. Again, I have the power to change my perspective. Breathe in deeply. Exhale it out. Any last resistance, density, thickness, negativity, let it out as you exhale. And in your mind's eye, imagine we're standing and we walk over to a magnolia tree. If you know me, you know I love flowers. And as you inhale this time, bring the scent of that magnolia into your nose. Sweet and fresh and clean. Magnolias are the flower language of dignity. You have dignity, you have worth, and you have the choice of perspective. What are you going to choose? Inhaling, dignity flows in. Your higher, better self, that part of you that knows you deserve to let go or shift this perspective. Exhaling. And then I want you to look over to your left in your mind's eye and notice a huge pathway lined with lavender. Lavender is calmness, serenity, peace. Inhale that. The purples and that bitter but sweet freshness of lavender. Almost pungent but soft today. Let that serenity make its way up into your breath, inhaling serenity in your perspective. How can you allow for calm in your perspective of this situation? Breathe it in and exhale anything that doesn't serve your calm or your peace. And then I want you to look to your right. And there's a huge tree of honeysuckles, a shrub. They're hanging everywhere, and it's such a sweet honey smell, like childhood, like freshness. And I want you to understand that honeysuckle represents devotion, affection. Where is your affection for self? Can you breathe it in? The sweet honey smell, that summer, that warmth in the air into your perspective on this situation. How can you have affection and compassion towards the situation? Is there anything about it that you recognize as something you felt before, or some way you can see it differently, or from a different perspective, maybe the perspective of the person or the situation itself, and let that go. Whatever preconceived anger, frustration, negativity, shift, inhaling in, exhaling out. And lastly, jasmine and violet, breathing it in. Egyptian jasmine. There's nothing like it. And jasmine represents grace. Where is the grace for self and for other in this situation? And how can you bring more grace into it? Breathing in, breathing out. And now that we've considered shifting the perspective here, with dignity of self and other, calm and serenity, devotion and affection, and grace. As we walk back over to the bench, I want you to notice the hydrangeas and the violets, blue and purple. Violets are humility. Hydrangea, gratitude. Where is your humility in this situation? Is ego trying to convince you of that not got star, right? What you got and didn't deserve, or deserved, didn't get, what never was, what isn't now, what may never be, all out of our control. And all of those things further away from now than anything that we can do to bring grace and humility and gratitude to where we are right now. Breathing in and breathing out. And on that gratitude note, I want you to take a short and small inventory of your thoughts and your body. Are your shoulders a little relaxed? Is there a little more space in the rib cage when you breathe? And if there is, that's because you have and had the power to pivot your perspective. Of course, things don't go our way all the time. There's always something better, someone getting more. Maybe we feel slighted or hurt. All of those things point to parts of ourselves that need a little more healing, a little more love. I'm not saying be positive. I'm not saying bypass your feelings and just pretend everything's okay. That's not this. Shifting perspective is accepting all of it. All the ways you feel, all the ways things are, and yet choosing a perspective that better serves your peace, that we can control. I'm going to take a few breaths here. Inhaling in, big breaths. Exhaling out. Inhaling in. Exhaling out. And letting go of any last droplets of stress, worry, control, gripping. And I want to read you something from Thomas Merton as you rest and slowly come back. It's called Sacred Perception. The saints are what they are not because their sanctity makes them admirable to others, but because the gift of sainthood makes it possible for them to admire everybody else. Let that sit with you. And when you're ready, slowly come back. And know that I am so grateful that you were here today. And I hope this was helpful. And I accept if it wasn't. You take good care. And thank you. Namaste.